Hi, everyone. Welcome to Here for the Health of It podcast. I'm Dr. Randy here with Dr. Tom. As always, thanks everyone for listening. You can find us on Instagram. That's where most of our clips are and all the links. It is Here for the Health of It podcast. Just search it and you'll see us there. So we have a great guest today. We have Tara Johns, who wears a number of different hats, it sounds like. But HOTWORX 24-hour infrared fitness studio is kind of your big one right now in the health studio, but I know you do a bunch of other things too. So tell us how you got into this, and then tell us basically all the things that you do.
Okay, all the things. Oh, goodness. Okay. So we got into HOTWORX, actually. I mean, we've always been on the journey of wanting to be more healthy and more fit and trying to find a way to not be bored with that. So in 2020, we realized that,
There it is.
Okay.
Yeah, he has to do that. That's a part of the show.
It's too, yeah, it's not cute. I moved your microphone away just so that I could move it
do
closer.
that, yeah.
Yeah, you do that a lot.
There we go. Yeah, that sounds better. See?
Okay, this sounds better. All right. So we just noticed that HOTWORX was exploding, and we were really interested in the infrared aspect of it. When we looked at it to begin with, it was in the middle of COVID, and I'll mention this in a minute, but we also have a real estate company. So kind of tabled that idea as the real estate market exploded. In the past year, we looked at it again, and we had just bought a building on State Street in West Columbia, so that we needed a tenant for it, and started looking at HOTWORX again, and we signed our franchise agreement in February, and our doors opened to our members in June of the summertime, 2023. So
Wow.
Yeah.
So most people, they have a business and then they find a building to put it in. You get the building and then just
Like, what can
figure
we
out a
put here?
business to put in it?
yes, that's right.
All right. And how does it work? What's the typical process that people go through?
Yeah, so we're a 24-hour infrared sauna fitness studio. So all of our workouts are in the sauna, and we are 24 hours, so our members enjoy access whenever their schedule allows. You would come into the studio, you book your appointment. We have so many workouts. It's not just hot yoga. We have hot Pilates, hot cycle, rowing, bands, warrior, core. I mean, you just name it. We are constantly introducing new workouts. And you can fit up to 3 people in the sauna, but a lot of times you're in there by yourself. And all of the workouts are, virtual instructor led. So you're in there and you can have the lights on or the lights off. That's an interesting concept, but we typically do it with the lights off.
Really?
Yes, I know. In the beginning, I was skeptical, thinking I would have my lights on, but it's more relaxing.
But there's a television in there, and then you just walk in. It's pitch black except for the television.
Well, you can have the lights on.
Okay.
And
Bring a flash.
If there's other people in there with you,
and
What-
then
what-
you
yeah,
really
what
want
is
the
that-
lights out.
that's because in your brochure you have 3 people in here working out.
And they're tight. I mean, they're close.
Yeah, and they're all. It's 3 women. They're all kind of in the same age. We were talking about that a little bit. Do you get to choose who you want to? Like if Tom shows up and there's.
Like, could I see in the app who's already signed up and then choose? There's like 5 open bays, but I'm going to stuff myself in.
You
Do
can
you get your own
see-
today? No, thank you. No. It looks like there's a tiny bit of space in that one.
We're going to go 4 today, I guess.
No. The app
3 the
wouldn't
max.
let you
3's
do
the
that
max.
either.
All right. So the app, you only see like 2 are blocked off, and there's a third
Spot for
spot.
third.
So
Okay.
you'll see a flame and you'll know, well, someone's in that class.
Gotcha.
But a lot of times you can get in there by yourself, or people join with their spouse or their friends or their roommates. So, people coordinate schedules and go at the same time with their friends.
Nice.
But some people surely go in with just strangers.
Oh, absolutely.
Like when I go golfing, I 98% of the time go with my friends. And then if I have no friends, then I just want to go by myself. I'm not asking to link up with the groups ahead of me. But when my dad goes, he waits until there's other people going out and then likes to golf with them. And then he just meets new friends.
It's like a surprise golfer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like hey, do you mind if I
He just
to
pops
hop
around
in with you guys?
He's like, hi, I'm here to golf with you.
He comes out of the bushes on the side. Hey, looks like you guys only have 3 people playing today. Today's episode is brought to you by our sponsor, Columbia Family Chiropractic, with 3 easy-to-get-to locations, one in Forest Acres, which is by Trader Joe's, one in O'Neill Court by the DMV, and one in the Northeast by Sand Hills. You'll be sure to have somewhere near you. They offer a ton of services from corrective care on-site digital x-rays, spinal decompression for bulging or herniated discs, dry needling for injuries, pediatric care, and a class 4 laser. They accept all your major insurances. And if you mention this ad, you'll get a discount on your first appointment. Check out their website at cfc4health.com or Google Columbia Family Chiropractic. That's cfc4health.com.
So how long has HOTWORX been a thing? Just the original concept of it?
Yeah, so the founder, Stephen Smith, he started it in 2017, and it has exploded. So we were, like I mentioned, we opened in the summer of 2023. We were location 499, so we were almost that 500 location.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Wow,
And
506 years?
Isn't that crazy?
That
Yes.
is.
So, and now, since the summer, we are over 700 that are in startup. So
Dang. So
there's
it
one
is,
coming near you.
it is massive. Now, what's the build-out process look like on one of these operations?
It's very easy. I mean, they have all of their vendors, and that's with all the other businesses that we're involved in. That's kind of why we looked at the franchise, because
Straightforward,
Yeah, I mean, they give you
smooth,
your
yeah.
playbook, and you don't have to reinvent the wheel. So it's very streamlined.
Well, so yeah, I want to continue talking franchise. With that, what do you have to do? A lot of marketing? Do you have to do much of anything at this point?
Yeah, I mean, it's still your business.
Yeah.
You have to run it like like you would any business. You can't just walk away from it and not pay attention to it. But they do give you their guidelines, and we have our own marketing vendor with them, and so it's
Nice. And what's been the best method of marketing for you? Has it been Instagram? Has it been shirtless photos of your husband?
Getting on hot podcasts.
getting on hot podcast. That's what it is.
Just the anticipation this grew with their membership. What'd you say? 90 people this month?
Yeah, we've had 94 people sign up this month.
We released
so-
it. Yeah, we released you were coming on the podcast.
And they were like, we're in.
let's get in there
They're
before.
hoping they can get in the sauna with one of y'all.
That's right.
Yep.
We'll do an autograph session one of these times where we'll
Oh,
just camp
yeah.
out. We'll watch everybody
We'll just
working out.
stay.
It's filmed, so I'm going to hold you to it.
Now, is it is it clear glass where you like if you walk in, you're seeing everybody like sweating and working out, or are they facing away from you? Like, what's the?
the doors to the saunas are on the side, which is
Okay.
in our hallway. So, I mean, if you're walking down the hallway, you're typically going to your destination. So people aren't standing and gawking in at you.
Like Randy was wondering if there was bleachers where he could just show up and maybe just.
I'd be
watch.
giving thumbs up, high fives through the glass. I'd be a hype guy
Press
up and
your
down the
hand
hall.
against the glass.
So my husband stopped by with their 18-month-old one day, and he he took
that's
off running.
great.
And he was in every door, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, so sorry. But everybody was happy with
Yeah,
him.
I'm sure they're. So in your brochure, you have the guy in here has a shirt on. Is that standard?
Yes, that's standard.
Yeah, what's the clothing rules?
A lot of yoga pants.
Okay,
and,
for men and
yoga
women.
bras. No, guys just kind of come in sweats, or they'll wear basketball shorts and something under it,
Yeah.
tank top,
No, like so you have to wear a t-shirt
Yes.
or some sort of tank top.
Yeah, you need to be
Has
covered.
that been an issue or no?
It has not been an issue.
Well, so but bras essentially now are workout gear. Is that you're allowed to do that?
oh, yeah.
So
absolutely.
if Randy shows up in his sports bra,
No, I
perfectly
haven't.
fine.
No, I want to wear tank tops, but it's socially
But-
unacceptable.
well, his
Why?
tank tops
It's,
look
the
like
you
guns
tell me.
out?
I think it's a great
Well,
thing.
we sell them. So
You sell
yeah.
men's tank tops?
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's
but his tank tops stop right here and they're
Oh,
skin tight.
They're cropped.
they're crop tops.
They're
yeah.
Are you
cropped.
serious? You really do that?
Yeah, he likes to show off his abs.
I
his
can't
diet.
imagine.
If you've got it, flaunt it.
Where do you work out?
I don't really have a membership anywhere. I just show up and,
He
and
just shows up.
You
Yeah.
don't
say
have a
hi to
membership
people.
Yet.
He gets free.
No, I don't know. Yeah.
Thank you for the free passes. He's giving you.
He's coming.
All right. So now the 24-hour concept. I like that. So you can go on the app and basically classes run on the hour. Is that what I would imagine?
Yeah. So, we have isometric classes, and
Okay.
those run every 40 minutes, and then we have HIIT classes, and those are every 15.
That fast, you can be in and out.
Oh God, yeah. The hot cycle is my hands down favorite because I don't have a lot of time.
Right.
And I'll go in and I'll do a 15-minute cycle session, and I will burn 200-300 calories.
No way.
And the best part about the infrared sauna is you have a whole hour afterburn. So you're not done burning
Right.
calories when you come out of the sauna. And after an afterburn and my normal calorie burn, I can burn 500-600 calories depending on how hard I work.
That's great.
Gotta
I
get
love that.
closer.
There we go.
I love that. Now,
We're just excessively loud, so
Okay.
that's why I can do that.
do you get to see when people clock in? Like, what's the weirdest time somebody's worked out at your place? Have you seen any like 3 a.m.s?
Oh yeah, we've
Really?
seen 3 a.m.s for sure, but we do a lot with the hospitals because
Oh, yeah, yeah.
doctors and nurses, they have crazy schedules.
Mm-hmm.
And even Nephron, we have some members that work at Nephron too.
Gotcha.
So when they get off work in the middle of the night, they can come
They're done.
here.
Yeah.
And so the typical the longest workout's 40 minutes, or what would be the longest?
The longest workout's 40 minutes, or you could do a bonfire. You do back-to-back workouts.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Give us more info on that. Do you do the same class twice?
Well, you could do the same class twice, but I would recommend changing it up. So you could do a yoga or a HIIT class, pair the two. So you start out with cycle in 15 minutes and then go into yoga.
Nice.
And it just makes you feel amazing.
The sweat is different too, which we've talked about, which I love about the infrared. Like,
Yes.
it's not like the regular hot saunas that Randy likes.
Right. And you get the detox.
Yes, it's pushing waste out of your body while you're creating waste working out.
Correct.
Well, all right. So sell me on the infrared side,
Okay.
because my thought is always the more natural, the better. So like a natural hot seems more natural to me.
Well, what do you know about infrared first?
It penetrates your skin to
Mhm.
heat up the inside before the outside, so it
Works
doesn't
on the cellular
feel
level.
yes, it doesn't feel as hot while you're in there, but it's still penetrating your skin.
Mm-hmm. So because
That's-
it goes to the cellular level, it helps regenerate your skin cells. It helps improve your circulation. It helps with mental clarity and stress. We all need that. This time of year when everyone's kind of away from the sun and feeling those winter blues, it helps with some mild depression issues as well. And of course, the weight loss.
Yep, and the red light thing is
Yeah.
great too. I think.
Well, we don't have a red light.
Oh, isn't
It'd
it
be
red?
really nice if
Isn't
you
it
did.
somewhat red light?
No.
Like in your sauna when you go
You
in
can
there,
turn
it's
yeah,
red.
you can turn it red. So you can do any kind of color.
Oh,
in
I
the
see.
sauna.
Do you have a sauna?
Yeah, I have a
Nice.
sunlighting, but not enough room to work out in.
Yeah.
Actually, I've thrown in like 5-pound dumbbells
Mm-hmm.
and just did a couple curls.
stretched a little bit one time
I
5
did.
years ago.
Well,
I
we
did
are,
stretch once.
we preach isometric. So
Like holds.
holding those poses in the heat,
Right.
and it's such a good way for your muscles to recover too.
That hurts me too. The isometric stuff. What's the heaviest weight you have in there? Like
We have a full weight room in the back.
inside of a sauna, or just in the
No, we have what we call our FX zone. So that's our free weight FX zone, and we have a silent trainer back there. So if you're not coming in just for the gym, and a lot of
Yeah.
people use us as like a bolt-on boutique. That's kind of the thing these days is everybody
Yeah.
has several memberships.
Yes.
But yeah, we have that. So if you're only coming to us, you will always have the total gym package.
So I could sign up for a class, just lay in the sauna, do nothing, and then pop out and do a workout with free weights.
You could, but listen, if you're going to lay in the sauna, you need to be in there by yourself.
I was gonna say, it'd be weird if somebody was working out next to me
Yes.
during that.
And I have had a member do that. She didn't feel good, but she wanted all the benefits
Yeah.
from the
Yes.
infrared. And someone else was in there with her, and she explained it, and it was totally fine.
So you have like up to like 90-pound dumbbells, or what?
Oh
kind
yeah, we have
Really?
all of that. Yes,
Dang, that's nice.
What does your husband take in there?
he doesn't. He stays away.
He does.
He doesn't go in at all.
He does go in, but most of our members are women. So he won't go in without me. So correlating our schedules together,
Yeah.
that's just his preference.
But you wouldn't care if he was in there. With,
Oh no,
two-
not
yeah.
at all.
With a couple 22-year-old cheerleaders.
Well, we have a 20-year-old daughter,
You
so if he's
do?
looking at the 22-year-old cheerleaders,
Be a little weird. So wait, didn't you say you have a 18-month-old?
oh yes, I have 4 children from 20 to 1.
Wow. What's that like? Like, talk us through parenting the spectrum,
Yeah,
if you will.
literally. It's interesting. Like I've seen myself grow and evolve as a mom. Yes, I was a mom in my early 20s, and then I was a mom again at 30, and then we came up to 40, and here I'm a mother again.
Wow.
So if this happens at 50, we've got some big issues.
You're making the news at that point.
Exactly.
So that's cool. But the 20-year-old probably helps out a ton.
Let me talk about her for a minute. My daughter, her name's Addison. She works at HOTWORX with me, and
nice.
she actually helped from the ground up so she could run that place. She was there through all of the equipment deliveries and the pre-sale. She's a sophomore at USC, and she wants to be a dentist.
Oh, cool.
Yes, I don't know how I got so lucky with her.
Firstborns are the best.
No, straight A's, honors.
Really?
Yes.
I kind of
amazing.
like that because if they're 10 years apart, you just get firstborn
Right.
and then another firstborn and then another firstborn.
Well, now I have 2 middle children.
Aren't they 10 years apart though?
Well, they're 6 years apart.
6 years apart?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the cutoff's 7. So yeah, they might be youngest. And so what does she think of the whole thing?
Oh, she loves HOTWORX. And it's really good for us because it gives both of us a community. I mean, we have a lot of people coming in that are my age or older, and we have a ton of college kids because of our proximity to USC, and they're always bringing in their friends. So it's been a great community for both of us.
That's what I hope. I hope my daughters want to hang out with me when they're 20.
Right. And I mean, it's such a unique experience that we would never have,
Right.
you know, if it wasn't for this model,
Yeah.
that we could both be into this.
So take us back to, were you a realtor at one, and still are?
I was a real tour.
I don't know why that was hard for me to say.
I don't know, but it is hard for me to say.
and then, I mean, because it seems like you've been in multiple industries and have different levels of kids. I always think, like, even for me, I like dabbling in all kinds of stuff to like figure out if I do this first, then it gives my kids like an avenue of like, oh yeah, you
Right.
should be in the real estate world because of this, or you should be in the health space because of this. What got you first into real estate, and then like when did you know you wanted to start doing other stuff?
Sure. So it's definitely been a process. I wanted to be a nurse, actually.
Really?
Yeah, but I kept passing out in the clinicals.
Yeah, the
It's
blood
like I'm
and
not
all that
gonna. Yeah,
stuff. Oh.
and even if one of the children get hurt, I'm like, oh my god, please don't. Like, what is it? Because I might pass out. So I realized that wasn't the path for me, and I was in the process of buying a house, and I thought, well, this is kind of cool. So I got into that, and I've been in the real estate world for 18 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I'm telling my age there. And so in 2008, my husband started our brokerage, and we were not married then. And as we reconnected, then, you know, I came back, and it's grown and flourished, and it's awesome. We love
Nice.
it. And so the real estate company's still rolling.
Sweet.
Yeah. What's the name of it?
Resource Realty Group.
Resource Realty.
We're in Lexington, South Carolina, of
Okay.
course. And we have our commission model is not traditional real estate commission. So we actually save our seller clients money when we are selling their house so that they have extra money in their pocket to move to a bigger house or retire early or travel. It's been very rewarding with that.
Nice. Great.
Shaking it up.
Yes.
Do other
we are very much.
Are other realtors getting rattled by that?
They did. We've been accepted now, but in the beginning it was like, why are you doing this? You know, because we were very much traditional agents coming into this. But in 2017, we saw the need for listing volume, and we decided to do a flat fee model. And it was very rewarding for us, very great for our brokerage. Our agents do very well with it. But, you know, it was quite a shock, but people are leaning that way. And if you've kept up with the real estate news at all, you know these lawsuits coming down. It's
Right.
Our whole industry is about to change.
Right. Yeah. What do you think is going to happen when that all shakes out?
Honestly, I think that buyer agent commission will be a buyer agent cost at some
Really?
point. And then I do think that flat fee companies will do very well in that because they'll be able to roll right into offering a buyer a flat fee. I mean, if you're trying to buy your first house and you're looking, you know, and you're scraping every penny, and then the agent tells you that you owe them 3% commission,
Right.
you know, you don't have that money.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why it's always been a seller expense, but it doesn't make sense for it to be a seller expense because the seller is paying someone to negotiate
Right.
against them.
Right. I always wondered that as well.
So there's some regulations and things that are changing in the industry.
Yeah. I think AI is going to shake up the whole real estate industry
Exactly.
because when you go buy a house, you have to deal with an insurance broker. You have to deal with your real estate agent, their real estate agent. You have a lawyer
Attorneys.
that's in the middle of it. and then the home inspection stuff is happening, and the title work, and it's all these different fees to everybody. And I feel like AI will just be able to take the address, scoop all the info up, spit it out to you in 2 minutes, and then good to go.
I would agree with your assessment. It's going to change us a lot, and especially companies like Zillow. I mean, they're
Right.
always fighting agents to just try to take over. And in the same sense, agents are paying them for leads, so it's a love-hate relationship.
Yep.
Do you think now is a good time if somebody wanted to be a realtor? Why is that hard to say? A realtor
Okay, so you don't have to be a realtor.
to do this.
No.
I think most people say it realtor,
Yeah, it's
but it's
realtor.
actually spelled realtor.
Just
Like
don't say
chiropractor.
realtor.
Realtor.
I've had a lot of people say,
Realtor. Yeah, that's
you're
like
a realtor.
realtor.
You're not a realtor.
That's like people. My
Realtor.
brother-in-law calls me a choir-proctor.
A choir practitioner?
Yeah. It's like a Southern Indiana accent
Oh
thing.
my
A chiropractor?
Choir. Like they say choir.
Oh,
That's
Proctor.
crazy. That's a normal thing there.
It seems to be. I mean, I always respond to it just
Yeah.
like it's normal.
Okay.
So do you think people should go get their license now? Or do you think it's like a good time, bad time? What do you think?
I think it's an okay. I mean, it's always a good time to get your real estate license, even if you're not going to practice real estate. It's such a wealth building strategy to invest in real estate. So to be curious of it, and you always have family and friends buying. But during COVID, there was a huge influx into the real estate industry, and now we're seeing a mass exodus.
Yeah.
And I'd been through that already. And when I got in 2005, when the market crashed in 2008, we saw the same kind of exit. But the people that stay in can adapt to the market changes and really refine their careers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Randy and I have a real estate company called Surreal Estate Enterprises.
Is that true?
It is.
What do? Do you invest?
We just invest. Yeah.
On what? What do
A
you
lot of
invest in?
yard. We take places that need a ton of yard work, and then we just go chop down.
It's just
trees.
yard work?
Yeah,
We
we
have
like
duplexes.
landscape a lot.
We
Do
got
you do the
single
work
family.
yourself?
Some
A
of it.
lot of the yard work, yeah, the landscaping.
So you really like yard work?
He likes wearing tank tops.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
then there's
yes.
a
I go for
secondary-
the outfit. He likes
Yeah.
climbing trees and dropping
chainsaws.
branches
Yeah.
that are way too big to drop.
We
Yeah.
definitely do some things that we should not do with a chainsaw.
100%. That's
Yeah.
the life of an investor.
Yes.
Yeah, we find some weird stuff. I found an anti-aircraft missile in our last foreclosure from
Where?
1941.
That was in Colombia?
In Colombia, yeah.
The,
That
bomb,
is
right off
so
the
cool.
bomb squad came and took it away from me.
Were you afraid?
I wasn't until they
Yes,
showed
you
up
were-
and
no,
evacuated.
you were afraid.
Well,
You
I mean,
called me. You called your
afraid is maybe a
grandfather.
strong
you,
word.
You called like war veterans. And was
He was
like,
definitely
Yeah,
afraid.
I-
He's trying
I
to
mean,
bluff.
he's like, I can't drive with this thing. I'm like, dude, it's great. Like, take it. There's no way that thing works. And turns out it might.
yeah, oh yeah, it's that's the weird thing about testosterone that people don't understand is you look at it, you know you shouldn't touch it,
And
and
you got
then
to
you
touch
just go
it.
pick it up anyway and
I have
deal
3
with it.
boys
You understand that?
and a husband.
All right. So I like to jump back to the HOTWORX now.
Yes.
Because why not?
Why not?
We got to go
It's
back
so
and
much
forth.
fun.
Yeah, we got to get. So, what kind of prep should somebody do with their body before going into the sauna? I imagine a lot of
Hydrate.
water.
We tell everyone to make sure that they are rested,
And
you've
salt.
had some food, and to hydrate, because you are going to be sweating, so you're going to be losing a lot of that fluid. And you can take your water into the sauna with you and hydrate while you're doing
Nice.
it.
What about a mister, like a spray bottle?
I've never
Don't
seen anyone.
recommend that.
I'm not
Or like a
what do you-
portable fan.
I have not seen that.
Does that.
And you're working when you're in there, so you can't just be like.
Take a break and you missed yourself
Photo, you just selfie. It helps with your selfies in there.
to get the glow.
Oh, you get the glow without the mister.
Either way, yep.
You're going to produce your own mist.
But what kind of risk though? Like, are you ever worried about the 2 a.m.er that's in there by themselves and
I
they
am.
pass out?
Yes. So we have little lanyards. If you're there after hours, and we go over this with all of our members, there's a help button right at the front. So if you ever felt unsafe, it immediately calls the emergency personnel. And you can actually take the lanyards into the sauna with you. So if you're in there late at night, you start feeling weird, you just press the
Right.
button and they'll come. And they have access to our building so they can get in. So
That's
it's very
nice.
safe.
How many calls a month do they get?
So none so far.
You don't want
Yes.
that.
No, we don't want that.
Yeah.
No.
We've not had any issues, of course, we ask when you sign up if there's anything that would prevent you from working out in the heat, but that's typically just pregnancy or Parkinson's disease. Those are really the only two things, unless your physician has told you otherwise.
Nice.
I started jujitsu in January. Thought I was
Oh.
going to throw up.
Yeah.
Now imagine doing that in a sauna.
That's what I'm thinking. I would need the lanyard because I would
Yeah.
try too hard.
Yeah.
And it would be so hot, and then I would just all of a sudden, because it would catch up with you if you're
Yeah.
trying really, really hard.
Yeah.
And then, especially depending who you're working out with too.
But what if you're alone?
Well, then I probably wouldn't try as hard.
Yeah.
But if it was someone that I was like if your husband was in there and I rolled
You
in
were
there,
like, I'm gonna show him. What's
yeah,
up.
I would be faster than him or lifting heavier than him for sure.
Is your husband strong? Oh boy, we're on the air.
Oh boy, just
He's
Sarah,
a
this
strong
is
guy.
this is an important answer.
Yes, he's very.
Okay,
he's
good.
very mentally strong. He's
How
a runner. That's his thing.
Oh,
Yeah, he
yeah.
doesn't lift. He likes
does
to
he
run.
run far? Like how?
Yes,
like
he does.
marathon guy?
Well, no, he doesn't do marathons, but he was a runner in high school.
Like cross country or?
Yes, he was
okay.
cross country in high school.
So
and
he's
that's
like a
when we
skinny.
met.
Yeah, he's real skinny.
He's very skinny. Yes,
Oh man, how are his shoulder width? Like broad or pretty narrow?
normal.
Okay. So how did your
there's
husband?
no way to prep. Well, that question was on
You
the
did
prep sheet
not
that we
prep me
that
for
we
that.
sent you. We
Yeah.
said
You did
be
not send
prepared
me
with your
that.
husband's shoulder width.
Did you? How did he land you? What was the? How did that go? Because you guys were both in the realty space.
Okay, so I should back up. We met in high school. We actually went to the prom together.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So,
Nice.
we went separate ways after high school, and he was a bit of a wild man. So he didn't settle down, and I did. I settled down. I had a first husband.
Yep.
And we, all of that fell apart for us, and he started growing up, and we reconnected, and
How old was he when you reconnected? 30 or late
Yes,
20?
in his
We were
30s,
just
yeah.
talking
Yeah,
about this.
isn't that crazy?
You don't want to. Yeah, you don't want somebody a guy in their
no,
20s.
no.
They're a mess.
Yes, and
I-
he lived it up. I mean, but we have always, from the minute that I met him, I knew there was something.
Something
I mean,
magical.
I'll joke and say that we were probably brother and sister in a past life. I mean, seriously, we
Goodness.
were like connected like that. But for a while, I just thought he might be my problem to deal with forever because, I felt like I was his homeboy.
You're a fixer.
Yes, I don't know about that. I didn't fix him; he fixed himself.
You gave him time.
I gave him time.
Yeah,
Smart.
that's my thought is he's saying like once a guy's 30, then he's
Like
kinda
late
like settled
20s.
down.
You
Yeah.
gotta, like
But I also think sometimes you have to get them at 24, deal with all their stuff for 5 or 6 years until they
Give 'em
become
time.
normal. Because if you wait until they're 30, there's a lot of competition at 30 years old, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
It just worked out perfect for you that
Really,
you
there
landed him
is.
at the perfect
I
time.
did.
Well, because we got a bunch of single women friends of our wives that are looking for men, and we don't know where to find them. Honestly, like
Yeah.
I look around and they're just not out there.
Yeah, I went through the dating scene for a short time, and it was awful.
Did you use internet at all? Like, was that a thing?
It was a thing because it was around 2015, so it was a thing.
Nice.
It was Match.com back
It was
then.
all the all the
Plenty-
things.
plenty
No, I
of
did not
fish.
do any Match.com.
Was
I don't
Tin-
think
Tinder-
Tinder was around.
Tinder
yes.
was pretty new then.
Yeah, it was very new. So I did a couple of things with internet dating and went on a couple of dates, but it was just awful. I mean,
Yeah.
it really was. I feel bad for all my single friends.
It's hard. It's a hard world.
But it's got to be hard for guys too.
Yeah. Well, see, what guys do is they go younger.
Yeah.
They go 10 years younger.
That's what I was just thinking. That's so unfair about the 30-year-old guy because he could
They-
pick up anybody in the 20s.
they go to the
Or
20s.
go in the
10 years
30s.
older.
But that's
10
why I
years
was saying
younger,
20-year-old women should go to 30-year-old men.
Yeah, but women never want to go younger. Just don't.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that.
Well, guys are immature in general for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's I
But
mean,
my mom did go younger now that I'm thinking
Did
about
she?
it.
how much younger?
Like 15 years.
No.
Whoa.
Your mom's that's amazing.
Yeah, she's awesome.
That's incredible.
When
That's
she
a-
brought him around, love my stepfather now, but when she first brought him and introduced him to me and my brother, we were like, we have friends older than him.
Wow.
That's,
Is she a good dancer? Your
I
mom?
don't know. I don't think I've ever seen her dance.
Okay. I don't know. I see sometimes things pop in my head, and I
You
think,
just
oh,
think
she's
that
probably-
that's how she landed.
Yeah,
you.
I was like, oh, she's
He was
out
like,
on the floor.
look at that
Great
woman.
moves
And as soon as he met her, I had my first child, so she became a grandmother, and that's
right
sad.
away.
Hmm.
Wow.
And she likes to remind me that that was at 44, and I'm, 42, and I'm like, that's not going to happen.
Wow. Yeah. Good point.
Wow.
Yeah. Is your daughter have a serious boyfriend right now?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
They've been
boy.
dating, and I keep telling her, I'm like, this isn't going to work. They've been dating since their junior year, and they're both at USC, and they're both unbelievably intelligent and smart
Does
and
he want to
driven.
be a dentist?
No, he wants to be an engineer.
Oh, nice. That's good.
Mhm.
See, you want him on the way up. That's good.
Mhm.
Why are you telling them it's not going to work?
I just can't imagine, like you have so much going on in your head and your life and all this development to do. And
Yeah.
really, until I turned 26, I didn't know what in the world was going on.
Up
My
from
brother.
down.
Well, my brother. We went to a private
Which one?
Christian
Which
school
one?
in Canada. Corey, my
Okay.
youngest one.
Yep.
He met his now wife when they were in kindergarten,
Yeah.
and then they were, I think, quote unquote, dating in 6th grade for a while.
Oh,
And
that
then
is
they
so cute.
kind of, but they weren't. We weren't allowed to date until we were 16 or
course.
17. But now they're married. They've been married for a long time.
Yeah.
Kids, the whole thing. Great.
Yeah.
I don't know if they ever dated anybody other than each other
Yeah.
since
Honestly,
kindergarten. Literally since kindergarten.
I can't see these two dating anybody else either. And they
Right.
made it through junior year, senior year,
Yep.
sophomore, first year of college, sophomore
Yeah.
year now, and they're still plugging along.
Any fraternity sorority stuff, or they stayed out of that scene?
He's in a fraternity. She did not want to be in a
Really?
sorority, which was very shocking to me. But she's a good kid. I don't know. When I was in college,
You
was
were
not-
wild.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Who has time for a sorority when your mom's making you work at HOTWORX for
Right.
35 hours a week?
I don't make her work that much.
So it's 24 hours, but when is there somebody on site, like
Yes.
staffed? I guess.
We have our staffed hours are from Monday through Thursday is 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. at night. Friday is 9 to 6 p.m. and Saturday is 11 to 4. Look at that! I remembered that.
Nice. Okay. And then the style workouts that you said, there's yoga, there's like resistant stuff.
Yes, we have resistance bands, core, warrior, Pilates,
Cycling,
runs, cycling,
hits.
rowing, and then HOTWORX is very good about taking feedback. And like to your point, a lot of people do like to come in and just kind of lay and get the benefits from
Yeah.
the sauna. So we just introduced hot stretch, and it
Yeah.
is literally my favorite.
You just
thing.
go in there and pretend like you're stretching for a
No,
little
you
while.
do stretch, and you can actually
You just lay there for 30 minutes and say that was a great stretch.
It is amazing. Over the weekend, I did a normal yoga class, an aerial yoga class, and I realized that I couldn't hold the poses like I could in the sauna.
Aerial yoga?
Mm-hmm.
Is that with the ropes and all that stuff?
Uh-huh. We had
That's tough.
my friend turned 40 this weekend, so we had a girls' weekend.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, where was it at?
Oh, we have an Airbnb on Lake Murray, so we just
Oh,
used
you
that.
did it
But
over
we
there.
were out of town.
Oh, gotcha. What kind of tunes do you guys play in the sauna? Or is it just like instructor? Is it kind of like Peloton where there's like instructor and music?
Well, it's just the instructor. So if you wanted to do any kind of tunes, a lot of people bring their AirPods or
Yeah.
turn their phone on to whatever station they want. In the studio, we play. We have a HOTWORX channel with Rockbox,
Rockbox?
Rockbot.
Rockbot. Okay.
Which is like Spotify,
It's
sort of?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nobody's brought in a boombox though, like a
No one's brought in a boombox.
not
They
yet.
were their headphones, but not a boombox.
gotta
What
have
about cell
rules.
phones. Do you have issues with people have their little ear things in while they're biking and they want to
Yeah,
talk and
they
other
do.
people are
It's okay if
listening
you're
to
in
it?
there by yourself, but we would obviously ask someone to stop if they were doing that and bothering someone else.
that's the worst. People who are at the gym and they're just talking on their
Mm-hmm.
they have the thing in their ear, but
Yeah.
they're just walking around
crazy.
talking and it's so
And
weird.
you never know if they're talking to you or what's
Yeah.
going on. And then, like, also you feel like you're a little bit invested in their conversation, just like
Yes.
what the outcome is going to be.
Yeah. I know that sometimes I start grunting. There was one guy that was just talking right in my ear.
Really?
And I started grunting. So I know that was weird in
That
his
had
conversation.
to be weird.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? I
I-
can't imagine that happening.
I know he went away because it was too loud. But it was like but if somebody just comes and talks right in your ear on the phone, but they're not talking to you,
weird.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not good for you, the earpiece world.
No, it can't be good for your
No.
hearing.
No. Or the brain, any of that stuff, the radiation, it's a whole different.
Yeah, so you have to come to HOTWORX and do your detox. Detox all those environmental problems.
I mean, I feel like we got to go. Can we film it if we go? Like,
Oh,
do a
yeah, absolutely. I'll get my crew there.
Addison will be in there with holding
Addison will 100%
three
be
cameras.
in there.
And then we'll go look at some properties. We'll have surreal. We'll get
Yeah.
surreal estate.
Yeah.
in
And
there.
then you can bring your animals to our vet clinic.
You have a
Oh.
vet clinic too? Wait, we didn't even get into that.
No,
We
and
gotta
I have
get
a
into that.
puppy and a ton of chickens.
So wait, who's,
Oh, we see chickens.
Do you?
Yes, we're Lakeside Veterinarian. It's in Lexington on Highway 6, headed
What do
towards
you-
the dam.
who runs that?
So we partnered with our vet. Her name is Jennifer Williams, and she is the vet. So she's the shining
Gotcha.
star. And she runs it, and we're just the business side.
Sweet. So do you like animal?
Well, we have
guts and
4
stuff?
dogs, you know.
Oh, you yeah.
So
But
we
you're
do-
okay
No
with
chickens though.
We don't have any chickens yet.
Yeah.
I can see that happening one
any
day.
other animals you have? Any fish?
Yeah, we do have 2 fish. How about that? Have you been
Nice.
at my house?
we do our work. Yeah, we do some behind the scenes work that you don't know about.
Like zoom in. Is that a fish tank?
What other? No cats though, right?
Were you trying to hide the fish part, or you just forgot that you
It
had
was
them?
a thing my husband got for the baby, and I'm like, I feel like the '90s called and want their fish tank back. But it is nice.
I can't believe you guys are in the vet space. That's kind of cool. Was that a hard thing to get into? Like, what? How do you know what to do with that?
Yeah, I mean, well, it's just business. At the end of the day,
Just-
no matter what you're looking at, and I would say my husband he doesn't, his brain does not turn off. And it's like when you get one business going and you got it where you want, it's not like he's going to be satisfied. He's going to be, how can we scale it?
Right.
Or what are we going to do next?
That's great.
Yes.
So you guys are from South Carolina?
Yeah, we're both,
Right.
we both graduated from Lexington High School.
Sweet. How about both your families? They
Yeah.
grew up, everybody?
Everyone's here. I know
Wow.
it's unnatural, but
And do you like Columbia, like the area?
oh yeah, I
Good.
love Columbia.
Me too.
I
Yeah.
do. I love it. And helping people in real estate, I'm always like, it's a no-brainer. Our taxes are friendly. Our climate
Right.
is friendly. Where we are in Columbia, we're centrally located, so you have, a day trip to the mountains or a day trip to the beach. And our economy is always going to be fairly stable because we have the university, we're the capital, we have Fort,
Military, yeah.
so there's so much upside. I just feel like I hit the lottery being born here.
I agree.
I moved here from Canada because it had everything too, for
Yeah.
all those reasons too. It was
Really?
great. Yeah.
What made you pick South Carolina? Just you were like, look at all these reasons. And
Great
we're there?
ice
Well,
skating.
yeah, I do have to drive to Chapin to go
Yeah.
play hockey. But no, he moved here. I moved to Canada first for the opportunity. I had an opportunity there, and I did a training, and then ended up staying there. I was only supposed to be there for 4 to 6 months in Winnipeg training, and then he said, "I'm the guy who owned the clinic. It was a really big clinic. He said, 'Hey, I'm moving to Florida. Do you want to take this over?' And I was like, kind of fell in my lap, and ended up staying there. But then eventually moved here. My wife came down for a few months, was working with Tom for a little bit, and she was like, "It's amazing here."
It is amazing.
And then
I
we
love
moved
it.
here.
But what about taxes on rentals? Do you guys have rental properties?
Oh yeah, we have 2 Airbnbs on the lake, and then we have a portfolio of rentals as well.
Nice. How do you get around that? What are some
Well,
secrets?
there is
on-
no getting around it.
What are some secrets to not pay taxes? But why
You have a
does
good CPA. That's your secret.
why does South Carolina crush people on the second is that what it would be? Or-
Yes, your taxes on your own residence is at 4%, and it goes up to 6%. So it's a huge. It triples, and
Yeah.
on the lake, it really just depends on where the house is. So, one of our properties on the lake is the taxes are $30,000 a year.
I mean, that's
And I mean, it's
wild.
crazy.
Now, let's talk Airbnb. When did you make the jump to do some Airbnb stuff?
Around 2019, I believe. Yeah, because my husband and I got married, and he started Airbnb in his bachelor pad.
Sweet.
Yes,
It's good timing.
good timing, great timing.
Has that been difficult, or has that been pretty good?
It's been wonderful.
Yeah.
Last year, I can say that the numbers dipped a little bit during the winter time compared, but it's because of it became very saturated. You know, a lot
Right.
of people purchased them during COVID, and I mean that market and space grew so much. But the lake has its own draw,
Yeah.
and really in our area, there's always people coming for Fort Jackson graduation, university graduation. You know, there's always stuff going on.
I don't understand the 4% and the 6%
I don't either.
because I hear the same thing. They're like 4% on your personal. I'm like, all right, well, 4% of what? Because my taxes
It never makes
they're
sense.
never 4% of what I bought it for. They're never 4% of what it's worth. And then they'll be like, well, if it's your second one, then you pay 6% and it's triple.
It's triple.
And I'm like, well,
It's just 2
why would
points.
4% to 6% be triple?
I don't know. It's their little magic that they work.
I think they make it intentionally confusing so that people can't
Exactly.
argue it very well.
It's like insurance.
But hopefully, you know, one day they might consider being more investor friendly.
Right. Or just be more clear.
Yeah.
Just say,
or be more clear.
Just say it's 1%
math
of
work.
whatever you bought it for, or it's 3% of whatever you paid for
Yeah.
it.
So you have to factor that into your holding cost when you're looking at an investment, because you know that you're going to have that higher tax rate. And all the counties basically have estimators. So that might help you on your next one. You can just go on the county that it's in and do the estimator, and it'll give you, you know, close to what it should be.
Yeah, it'll like I can go on the website and it'll calculate it for me.
And
but
it
it's
still doesn't come in
I
right?
don't understand what it's 4% of. They'll say it's 4%.
Oh, yeah.
They'll say it's times the mill rate.
I've never
And I'll say,
figured
how
that
do you
out.
know what the mill rate is? And they'll say, well, it's just a number that
Yeah.
we make up.
And they have it per county or per school district.
Right. So there's so there's something
Yep, 'cause
about
depends
how much
on
the
the
schools
taxes
cost
going back to
and
the
the
schools.
bonds.
So if you're in an area with really good schools, you're paying a higher millage rate.
Yeah. Where's the best taxes, do you think?
Kershaw County.
Kershaw? Fairfield?
I'll tell you about a little real estate secret, I think. So I have always been very pro West Columbia because you're in the. I enjoy coming downtown. I love to shop,
Yeah.
eat, play, everything downtown. But we live in Lexington, so you know, West Columbia is Lexington County, so your taxes are a little bit cheaper than Richland County, and you're in the path of all this development that's heading there, so you
Right.
can still pick up property at good prices, and it's just booming.
Right.
And the
So just-
proximity to downtown, I mean, you can be at USC or at the State House in
Yeah.
5 to 7 minutes.
I like that. Is that, would you say, I was going to ask, is that where the hot market is right now, West Columbia?
We're investing pretty heavy there.
Now, do you have formulas that you
Yeah.
want to share with us?
I'll share with you after.
do you guys do any coaching or anything like that with like young investors or anybody in the real estate world?
We haven't yet, mainly because of our schedules. So we've been involved in masterminds from the start, and we have a network of people that, you know, everyone's like-minded and owning different businesses or doing different things in real estate, whether it's multifamily or, and you know, investment property or traditional real estate. So we've got a lot of really great friends and mentors, but we haven't actually turned that into a business yet.
Yeah, I feel like your husband will after this.
He will.
What about debt to service ratio, DSCR loans, debt service
yes.
coverage ratios?
Yeah.
Do you know much about those?
I do not, but my husband knows a lot about them. They're a great product when you're looking to do something with an investment property, for
That's
sure.
what it seems. Yeah, I keep hearing about it, but then every time I talk to a banker, they're like, "No, we don't do
Yes.
that," or they look at me like I'm making up an acronym.
No, I have some lenders that will do that. So if you need that, I can
That'd be great.
share that information. But yeah, a lot of people don't know what it is.
Right.
Right.
Well, and I keep hearing you almost have to learn about it on your own,
And
read
then
about it on
and
your
go
own.
introduce it to the lender.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I'm finding. They don't know what it is.
Yeah, I think the ones that have started doing it, we may have asked them about now that you bring that up.
Really? And for someone that's listening, it's basically a loan that's based on the rental amount of the property.
Yeah.
So if it brings in $1,000 a month, then they'll give you whatever the
Multiple of that.
payment would be. So they might say, okay, your payment can be up to $700 a month if it's renting for $1,000. So we'll give you a mortgage or a debt. I guess they would give you a loan back.
Yeah, they give you a loan back, but it's like normally a private secured loan.
Right. Is that what it is? And it's just based on that house. So they're not running
It's just they're only
credit
looking at
checks
the
on
numbers.
you
Yep.
or they're not doing your background. It's
Yeah,
just
so
based on that one
a
property.
lot of times they don't even look at, you know, a lot of that credit stuff that the other loans would
Right.
get a traditional house.
Which makes sense to me. It's if you want to buy a property and it brings in this much and they're they're promised the property if you default.
Mm-hmm.
Why do they want to know how much taxes you paid 5 years ago?
Well, they've got to make sure that you don't overpay. Oh, you mean personally? How
Personally,
much
yeah, and everything.
I don't know.
Right.
I'm not a lender.
What have you ever heard of Pace Morby, like his subject to stuff? We
No.
started studying like a little bit of that,
What is
where
that?
it's hard to explain, is what it is.
But you're studying it.
We're studying it.
You just
All right,
take,
well, get back to me on
you
that.
just
I'll
take
let you
you
know.
take
That's
over
it.
somebody else's loan.
Oh, like an assumable loan.
But but it's like this weird. You don't own it, but you own the property, subject to set circumstances. Like
so
that's.
if they default, or is that kind of what?
But you're making the payments.
Mhm.
The person still holds the deed, or no, you hold the deed, but the person still owns it. I don't. This is
That is
it-
strange.
No,
It's
it's
a
like
weird-
the person's giving you. They still have the mortgage on the
Are
home.
you giving them money for something, or
You
you're
take
just
over
you're
payments.
paying their payments? That's right.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, if you owe, let's say that you owe $200,000 on a house,
Mm-hmm.
and the house is worth $200,000, you don't want to sell the house because you're going to pay 6% and all the closing costs.
Mm-hmm.
But you also don't want to stay in it because you're moving to another state
Mm-hmm.
and you don't know how to rent it and you don't want to deal with it and you can't fix up the things that need to be fixed up. So you just say to someone, hey, I got a loan. It's at 2%. It's at a 2.8% rate because I locked it in 3 years ago. Do you want to just take over and I don't lose money when I sell it like I would if I sold it? You don't
Interesting.
have to pay all the
It's a really
realtor
cool
fees.
concept.
Well, on the real estate side, that really did become a popular thing before I was in real estate way back in the day. I mean, in the 80s, it was interest rates got up to about 18%.
Yeah.
So imagine in the market that we're in, if you were able to lock a 3% rate and you have an assumable loan, and most of the VA loans are assumable. It would have to be another veteran typically, but if you have a 3% lock-in and then you're trying to sell your house in a market where the interest rates are 8%, then that is when I've dealt with assumable
Yes.
loans.
super attractive if you're buying it. You
Yeah.
can get a 3%
Oh yeah,
loan.
people are all over that.
So what's your day look like now? Like what does a day in the life of Tara Johns look like?
I'm going from one business to the next.
what I was And how do you keep it all organized? Do you have
I
a
have
good
a
method?
wonderful team. That is, I'm a list keeper. I'm not. I'm very much old school list girl.
Like paper in your
Mhm,
pocket?
paper. I have my paper
Yep.
here.
Nice.
And I have a wonderful team around me. So they actually, keep it going, and we communicate every day. We have daily huddles, so we all know what's going on and what needs to happen that day. And it's just it works.
Sweet.
So you have a HOTWORX huddle, you have a vet huddle, and then you have a
Well,
realtor
my husband
huddle.
handles the vet stuff, so I don't have to do that.
Okay. So you have a HOTWORX and you have a real estate huddle
Yes.
every day.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have an 18-month-old in the background.
Yes.
yelling.
And an 11-year-old and 18-year-old that's graduating this year,
Mm.
and a college student.
Wow. Have you ever used a virtual assistant or anybody like that?
We have actually with the real estate company, we've used them a virtual assistant before to help out with some marketing and stuff like that.
Nice.
Do you use them?
Well, we're interviewing them right now.
Oh yeah,
And I wanted to find somebody that uses them just to see. I've
for
heard them
rentals.
in the more for the our chiropractic
Yeah.
side of things, just for offloading and organizing just a ton of stuff with 3 locations.
Yeah,
So trying to centralize all that, organize the paperwork, and just the I guess crappy work.
hmm yeah. Well, it's like it's not crappy work. It's just the work that really bogs you down.
Yes. So my wife's about to hire somebody, hopefully in the next couple
Okay,
weeks. So
I
she's
can
been
share
interviewing.
some notes.
Yeah.
What country did
But-
you guys
It's
Have.
typically out of India.
India? Yeah.
I think the one she's looking is Philippines. Right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
And then what do you guys like to do for fun? You ride horses?
No, I don't ride horses, but my husband's family does have a farm in Allendale. We like to go down there, but normally it's just spending time with the kids. We live on the lake, so we have a boat. We go out there. Over Christmas, my husband got me a Sprinter van.
A Sprinter van?
Yeah.
What do you
So-
do with that? Just
Well, we've just been driving around town. He's
Like
like,
15-seater, you can stand up in it basically.
no, you could live in it. Yeah,
Is it decked out too? Like you got a
Yeah, it's a non-passenger van, but it has like a kitchen and a bathroom and everything. And
that's cool.
so I had 3 children coming into this marriage, and this is my husband's first child outside of being a stepfather, and it is so different. I remember being a first-time mom, and you freak out over everything, and you're just like that helicopter parent. And so he's going through that, and I'm just giving him the space to allow him to do that. And he bought the van.
He's like,
the
we need a
baby.
van.
Yes, he's like, we need a baby. We need a van for the baby because we can put all the stuff in the van, and then if we have all these stops to make
Just stay
around
mobile.
town, I mean, he can nap.
Yeah.
We can like make him lunch. I'm like, this is insane.
I love that.
So the baby's going to get dropped off at school, and you're going to open up this van. He's going to be putting his breakfast away, getting out of the car.
Yeah, it'll be really cool when he's an 8-year-old.
Yeah. I'm going to drive my 18-year-old to the prom with his girlfriend in it.
That
I'm
would
going to be the
great.
driver.
Dress up like a chauffeur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That'd be
yeah,
fun.
that would be fun.
Yeah.
And
Once
then
I
you can have
figured
all
out-
the kids and her friends in there with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once I figured out that I could drive it, I was super excited.
You haven't hit anything yet.
Oh, for sure you have.
I have
You've
not.
ran
a
over
couple-
curbs.
Yeah.
Oh, I do. But I do that in my own car.
Yeah, that's standard. All right, good. I mean,
Parking, it's not easy. Do
No,
you back into
I mean,
things?
you've got to like plan to walk, because you're going to be taking up 2 parking spots.
Yeah.
And you park far away because
Yeah.
there's
And
no
but
way
you
you're getting
can't
in
lose your
between.
car. I mean, you look out there and you're like, look, there's the van.
Yep.
Right. And what was I going to say with that? I forget.
Our friend Ryan Berlin just got one a
he
year or
wants
2
to
ago.
deck it out.
Yeah.
It's
but
so much fun. I
It
like
is fun when we go on guys golf trips and
Yeah.
he drives and you can fit 13 sets of clubs in the
Yeah,
back
and you guys
everybody
can watch
hang out.
TV and hang out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, tell everyone where they can find you and
What do you want? Yeah. What do you want the people to do?
Yeah,
Because
well,
we got 4 different businesses here.
I know. Well, I really want them to come work out with us at HOTWORX. And like I said, my location is on State Street in West Columbia next to the Terra restaurant. And then the original location, my friend Rachel Maxwell owns that one. She's out in Lexington. Rachel was the original location here, so she's not old enough to be our mother, but she's like our mother because we're like, hey, Rachel, this and that. And then our other friends, Sheena and Kelsey, are opening up one on Devon Street. So those
Sweet.
are the ones that are active. And our membership pricing is really good especially for the boutique sector. So our base membership is $59 a month for a sweat here, and that's in one specific location. Or you can upgrade to Sweat Everywhere, which is $79 a month, and you can go to any of these locations.
All 3, really?
Yeah.
Sweet.
And when you travel, you can go anywhere in the world.
No way.
that is a great
We
price.
do have them in Saudi Arabia and Dubai.
Really?
What?
I mean, it's so strange that they would be there. I mean,
Right.
they're in the desert.
Yeah. That's great.
Are you going to go visit it one time? Do you have any desire to go to
I
Dubai?
don't have a desire to go there.
No. One last thing. Mirrors. Do you guys have any mirrors in there for workouts?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Yeah, in the FX zone, but not in the saunas.
Bring your own mirror for
You
the
can
sauna.
bring your own mirror for the sauna.
Bring a
You need
stand-up.
to check yourself out.
I usually bring in a 4-footer if that's like those
Oh.
little. They're light.
Well,
but
we do
easy.
have, some people like film themselves and
Yeah.
then they, speed it up. It's really cool. The
That's nice.
stretch one's really beautiful. When my
When they do
GM
it.
did that, yeah.
Great.
All
Okay.
right. Wait, how do they find you? Do you have Instagram that you want them to go to?
Instagram,
Yeah,
email,
go
cell
to
phone
HOTWORX
number.
Columbia on Instagram, and you can see all about us there. HOTWORX.net, you can see us there, or you can go to, if you're interested in the real estate part, you can go to resourcecolumbia.com or keepyourequity.com. And
keepyourequity.com.
yeah,
That's a
because
good
of our
one.
real estate model. And the vet clinic is dampets.com.
Dam? DAM?
DAM. Well, because we're right by the
Oh,
dam.
damn. Yeah.
You know,
that's
and
good.
that was on the short list for names, but Jennifer, the vet, she nixed that. They deal with serious things,
Sure.
So imagine calling to tell somebody bad news and say, "Hi, this is Dr. Williams with Damn Pets."
Should go see my vet at Damn Pets.
Yes. So we just made it the website. It's memorable.
Love
Great.
it.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah,
This was
thank
fun.
you for
Thanks for
having
being
me.
We're here for the health of it.
For the health of it.